The movie begins with a powerful underwater earthquake that causes the ocean floor to crack. On the surface, we see a couple enjoying their time together. The man asks his girlfriend to close her eyes, then pulls out a ring, slips it onto her finger, and asks her to marry him. But before she can answer, he's suddenly dragged underwater. The girl looks around in confusion, wondering where he disappeared. Moments later, he resurfaces, dead. She starts screaming for help, but of course no one can hear her. Suddenly, a blue zombie appears behind her and kills her too. We're then introduced to 3 friends, including a guy named Hunter. They're out in the middle of the ocean on a boat fishing. From afar, they notice another boat on fire because of fireworks, so they head toward it. Hunter helps put out the fire and confiscates the fireworks since he's the supervisor of that area. Afterward, Hunter and his friends return to fishing. Out of nowhere, one of them catches something extremely strong. When he pulls it up, it turns out to be a blue creature resembling the zombie that killed the girl earlier. They lower a camera into the water and see a blue light coming from the bottom of the ocean. Hunter contacts the authorities, then covers the zombie's body, but they don't realize it's still alive. Suddenly, the zombie attacks the girl with them and seriously injures her shoulder. Hunter stabs the zombie with a knife, and they rush to help the injured girl, throwing the zombie back into the water so it won't attack again. Meanwhile, we see Hunter's wife, Ken's, and their daughter having a meal at a restaurant. Hunter calls his wife and asks her to help because the injured girl needs medical attention. Ken's is a doctor. She tells her daughter to go home, then heads to her husband, examines the girl, and orders that she be taken to the hospital. They all go, while Hunter decides to stay behind to investigate what's happening in the ocean. We meet the town sheriff, who insists on going with Hunter to the accident site to figure out what's going on. They head to the spot where the zombie appeared and notice a blue glow under the water. Hunter lowers the camera to find the source of the light and sees a sunken ship, with the blue light coming from cracks in its hull. They also spot zombies underwater. Hunter swears he killed the zombie and threw it into the sea, but the sheriff laughs at him, thinking he's making it up. At that moment, a large group of zombies attacks them. The sheriff realizes Hunter was telling the truth, grabs his radio, calls for backup, and reports the situation. The beach supervisor orders everyone to evacuate immediately because of the danger. Suddenly, tsunami warning sirens start blaring. People see the water pulling back from the shore without realizing a massive wave filled with zombies is heading straight for them. More zombies swim underwater toward the beach. Hunter and the sheriff race toward the shore, but the wave is closing in fast and nearly wipes them out. Most people manage to escape, and many survive. The tsunami helps the zombies reach the shore, and both the sheriff and Hunter arrive to find themselves surrounded. Ken's places the injured girl in quarantine, unsure if she's infected or not. Back on the beach, zombies are attacking people, biting them, and turning them into zombies as well. Hunter's daughter, Sama, is with her friends defending themselves from the attackers. She tries calling her dad for help, but he doesn't answer, so she escapes with her friends. Back at the beach, the sheriff and Hunter rescue people and shoot zombies, but the bullets don't affect them. In fact, they only make the zombies move faster. The injured girl transforms into a zombie, gets up from the bed, attacks a doctor, and bites him. The doctor quickly escapes. Hunter and the sheriff notice that anyone who gets bitten starts turning, and they realize they can't control the situation. They flee, find a car, and get inside. They discover a terrified guy hiding in the back seat, and decide to help him. Ken's checks on the injured girl and finds she has fully turned into a zombie and is now biting the medical staff. It's only a matter of time before they all turn. Suddenly, the girl tries to attack Ken's, but she manages to escape. Rick pulls her into the room where he's hiding. Ken's initially believes everything happening is caused by a contagious disease, but Rick explains that the cause is the zombie they saw in the water, and that the tsunami brought them to shore. Hunter and his group reach the police station, which is surrounded by zombies, so they rush inside. The zombies close in on them. One man sacrifices his girlfriend by throwing her at the zombies to save himself, and she gets infected. The rest of the group enters the station. Blaine takes the officer's gun and threatens him, demanding he open the weapons room so he can grab guns and escape. The officer refuses, so Blaine kills him. Hunter knocks Blaine out, ties him up, and leaves him restrained. Sama and her friends escape from the zombies and hide in the supermarket garage, but they don't realize the place is full of zombies. They try to move quietly, but one of them falls to the ground, and his legs start twisting. At that moment, one of the group members is attacked by a zombie, and a girl steps in to defend him with everything she's got, but the number of zombies is just too much for her to handle. The group is forced to split up, and each one ends up fighting on their own. Meanwhile, at the police station, the sheriff is trying to reach anyone who can send help, but no one answers. Hunter searches on Google for information about the ship he saw on the ocean floor and finds out it's actually a waste container, but they still don't know what's inside it. The zombies start breaking in, so Hunter and the sheriff prepare weapons to escape the station, leaving Blaine tied up by himself. Every time they step outside, they run into massive hordes of zombies, and their weapons just aren't enough to take them all down, so Hunter fires a rocket launcher to wipe them out, jumps in the car with the sheriff, and they speed away. While driving, a huge zombie appears in the road. They ram into it with the car and keep going, but it still doesn't die. Meanwhile, Sam has escaped with her friend, and they run into their drummer buddy inside his car, so they jump in with him. The drummer gets out and starts beating zombies with his sticks, but they bite him and take him down. In the forest, the sheriff's daughter reaches a house and begs the owner to let her in. He insists on checking if she's been bitten first. Once he confirms she's clean, he lets her inside. The house is reinforced with metal beams, and zombies can't break through. She soon realizes the owner, Marty, is hiding something in the basement. What she doesn't know is that Marty has fallen in love with one of the zombies and is performing bizarre experiments on her. Marty gives her a phone so she can call her father. At the same time, Blaine manages to free himself and tries to escape, only to come face to face with his girlfriend, who has already turned into a zombie. She attacks and kills him. Sam and her friend try to start the car to escape, but they fail, and now zombies completely surround the vehicle. Her friend's leg is injured, and he can't run, so he decides to sacrifice himself for her. He climbs onto the roof of the car and starts playing his guitar to draw the zombies away and give her a chance to run. Hunter and the sheriff arrive at the scene. As soon as Sam sees her father, she runs into his arms. The sheriff tries to shoot the zombies to save the boy but fails, and the zombies overwhelm him. The three survivors jump into the car and head to the hospital to save Ken's. Sam calls her mother to find out where she is, while Hunter and the sheriff fight off any zombies in their way. Hunter uses electrical cables to electrocute them, and the current jumps from one zombie to another, wiping out most of them. Soon, Sam finds her mother and runs to her for a hug. Everyone gets in the car and heads to Marty's house. The sheriff reunites with his daughter. He uses the radio to contact the police department and requests backup. The zombie locked in the basement manages to break free and screams. The sheriff hears the noise, goes down to check, and the zombie suddenly attacks and bites him. The zombie then goes upstairs and tries to attack Ken's, but Marty saves her and kills it with electricity. He explains that electricity is the most effective way to kill them because they come from the ocean, and electricity hurts them the most. Everyone agrees on a plan: lure the zombies into the sea, electrocute them, and blow up the ship they live under using C4. By then, the zombies have already reached the house. Hunter hooks the electric device to his axe and rushes out to fight them, but suddenly the device stops working. Ken's comes out and turns on the wood chipper, and together they grab zombies one by one and throw them into the machine, shredding all the zombies outside the house. They gather the weapons they need and head out to take down any zombies in their path. The sheriff starts feeling dizzy from the bite and is about to turn. He asks Hunter to lead the group and save the town without repeating past mistakes. Hunter doesn't understand what he means, so the sheriff finally admits the truth. 30 years ago, a pharmaceutical company was conducting illegal experiments on humans, injecting them with a serum and bribing the government to keep the tests going. The experiments failed because the serum wasn't properly tested. To cover up the crime, the company locked all the test subjects inside the ship and sank it to the bottom of the ocean. Kenz believes the original goal was to release the virus among people, but the company lost control and tried to hide the evidence in the sea. Suddenly zombies attack, and Hunter fights them with his electric axe before the group escapes. Tihana gives her father a bomb so he can blow himself up before he fully turns. He does it, ending his suffering. The group splits into two teams. Marty, Rio, and Tihana head out to plant the bomb on the ship under the ocean, while Hunter, Kenz, and Sam work on luring the zombies to the water and electrocuting them. The second team throws the electric cables into the sea, while Hunter drives his car with loud music to draw the zombies in. Meanwhile on the boat, Marty dives underwater to plant the C4, but the zombies appear and kill him. Back on shore, Hunter's car gets stuck in the sand. The giant zombie shows up and tries to kill him. Kenz digs the car out and runs into the water, making the giant zombie chase her. Hunter attacks the giant with his axe and defeats it. He tells Sam to turn on the electricity, but the switch gets stuck. On the other team, zombies surround them. Rio sacrifices himself and tells Tihana to escape, and she dives into the water. The giant zombie comes back and attacks Hunter, but Hunter grabs his axe and cuts the monster's head off. Finally, Sam manages to turn on the electricity, killing all the zombies in the water. Rio throws the bomb, it reaches the ship and explodes, killing him and wiping out every zombie above and below the water. In the end, only Hunter, Kenz, Sam, and Tihana survive. And that brings us to the end of our movie. Zombie fans, tell me your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.